Proverbs 14. The wise among women, each builds her house, but a foolish one tears it down with her hands. One who walks in his uprightness fears Hashem, but he who is perverse in his ways scorns him. In the mouth of a fool one is the staff of pride, but the lips of the wise will protect them. Where there are no oxen, the trough is clean, but many crops come through the strength of the ox. A trustworthy witness will not deceive, but a spouter of deceptions is a false witness. The scoffer seeks wisdom, yet there is none, but knowledge will come easy to an understanding one. Go far away from a man who is a fool, lest you not know the lips of knowledge. The wisdom of a clever person is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. A guilt offering will intercede for fools, but Hashem's favor is among the upright. The heart knows its own bitterness, and no stranger will share in its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the upright will blossom. There is a way that seems right to a man, but at its end are the ways of death. Even in sporting, the heart may ache, and the end of joy may be sorrow. One with dross in his heart will be sated from his own ways, but above him is a good man. A fool believes anything, but a clever person understands it correctly. A wise man fears and turns away from evil, but a fool becomes enraged and is confident. A short-tempered person acts foolishly, and a person of evil designs will be hated. Fools have inherited folly, but the clever are crowned with knowledge. Evildoers will grovel before good people, and the wicked at the gates of a righteous one. A poor person will be hated even by his fellow, but the lovers of the rich will be many. He who scorns his friend is a sinner, but praiseworthy is one who is gracious to the humble. Will the plotters of evil not go astray? But those who plan goodness will reap kindness and truth. In all toil there will be gain, but talk of the lips brings only loss. The crown of the wise is their wealth, but the foolishness of fools is but foolishness. A truthful witness saves souls, but one who spouts deceptions is a man of deceit. In fear of Hashem is a powerful stronghold, and for his children it will be a refuge. Fear of Hashem is the source of life, to turn one away from the snares of death. In a multitude of people is a king's glory, but without a nation, rulership is broken. Slowness to anger shows much understanding, but a quick-tempered person elevates foolishness. A tender heart brings healing of the flesh, but envy brings rotting of the bones. One who robs the poor disgraces his maker, but one who is gracious to the destitute honors him. In his evil, the wicked one is cast off from God, but he who takes shelter in him remains righteous in death. Wisdom will reside in an understanding heart, but within fools it will be publicized. Charity will uplift a nation, but the kindness of regimes is a sin. The favor of the king will be upon a wise servant, but his wrath will be upon a shameful one. Proverbs 15. A gentle reply turns away wrath, but a galling word incites anger. The tongue of the wise will enhance knowledge, but the mouth of fools will spout foolishness. The eyes of Hashem are everywhere, observing the evil and the good. A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but corruption of it is destruction of the spirit. A fool despises his father's discipline, but he who harbors reproof will become clever. The house of a righteous one is of enduring strength, but with the arrival of a wicked one, it becomes sullied. The lips of the wise spread knowledge, but not so the heart of fools. The offering of the wicked is an abomination to Hashem, but his desire is the prayer of the upright. The way of a wicked person is an abomination to Hashem, but he loves a pursuer of righteousness. Stern discipline awaits one who forsakes the path, One who hates reproof will die. The grave and perdition are exposed to Hashem. Surely the hearts of men. A scoffer does not like his being reproved. He will not go to the wise. A glad heart cheers the face, but a despondent heart causes a broken spirit. An understanding heart will seek knowledge, and the mouth of fools will befriend folly. All the days of a poor man are bad, but a good-hearted person feasts perpetually. Better a little gain through fear of Hashem than a great treasure accompanied by turmoil. Better a meal of greens where there is love than a fattened ox where there is hatred. A wrathful man incites strife, but one slow to anger calms a quarrel. The way of the sluggard is fenced with thorns, but the path of the upright is paved. A wise son gladdens his father, but a foolish man shames his mother. Foolishness is joy to one lacking an understanding heart, but a man of understanding will rejoice when he walks uprightly. Thoughts are frustrated when there is no counsel, but through an abundance of advisers they will become established. A man has joy through the reply of his mouth, and how good is a word in its time. A path of life waits on high for the intelligent one, so that he will turn away from the grave below. Hashem will uproot the house of the arrogant, but he will uphold the boundary of a widow. Thoughts of evil are an abomination of Hashem. Words of pleasantness should be pure. One who gains through robbery sullies his home, but one who hates gifts will live. The heart of a righteous person will consider what to answer, but the mouth of the wicked will spout evil. Hashem is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. Enlightened eyes will gladden the heart. Good news will fatten the bone. The ear that hears life-giving reproof will abide in the midst of the wise. He who rejects discipline despises his soul, but he who listens to reproof acquires an understanding heart. Fear of Hashem is the discipline of wisdom, and humility precedes honor. Proverbs 16. To man belongs the arrangements of thoughts in his heart, but from Hashem comes the tongue's expression. All of man's ways are pure in his own eyes, but Hashem is in the midst of spirits. Turn your deeds toward Hashem, and your thoughts will be set aright. Everything Hashem made, he made for his sake, even the evildoer for the day of retribution. Every haughty heart is an abomination of Hashem. From hand to hand he will not be exonerated. Through kindness and truth, iniquity will be forgiven, and through fear of Hashem one turns from evil. When Hashem favors a man's ways, even his foes will make peace with him. Better a little righteousness than much produce without justice. A man's heart will plot his way, and Hashem will set his steps aright. There is a charm on the lips of a king. In judgment, his mouth will not deceive. A scale and just balances are Hashem's. His deeds are like weight in a pouch. To do evil is an abomination for kings, for a throne is established through righteousness. The desire of kings is righteous lips, and he will love one who speaks upright words. The king's wrath is like angels of death, but a wise man will appease it. And the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is like a rain cloud. How much better than fine gold is the acquisition of wisdom, and the acquisition of understanding is choicer than silver. The smooth road of the upright turns from evil. One who keeps his way guards his soul. Pride precedes destruction, and arrogance comes before failure. Better to be lowly of spirit with the humble than to be sharing spoils with the proud. One who undertakes a matter intelligently will find good success, and praiseworthy is he who trusts in Hashem. The wise of heart will be called an understanding person, and one whose speech is sweet will gain learning. Intelligence is a source of life to its possessor, but the discipline of foolish ones is foolishness. The heart of a wise man places intelligence into his mouth and increases learning on his lips. Words of pleasantness are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bone. There is a way that seems right to man, but at its end are the ways of death. The spirit that toils, toils for itself, when its mouth submits itself to it. The lawless man digs up evil, as if a fire burns on his lip. A duplicitous man incites strife, and a complainer estranges a ruler. A man of violence entices his companion and leads him in a way that is not good. One who shuts his eyes to think of duplicity and signals with his lips has consummated evil. The crown of splendor is old age. It will be found in the path of righteousness. He who is slow to anger is better than a strong man, and a master of his passions is better than a conqueror of a city. When the lot is cast in the lap, its entire judgment has been decided by Hashem. Proverbs 17. Better a dry piece of bread and peace with it than a house full of celebrations that are contentious. An intelligent servant will rule over a shameful son, and will share the inheritance among the brothers. A refining pot is for silver, and a crucible for gold. But Hashem tests hearts. An evildoer is attentive to iniquitous speech. A deceitful person listens to a destructive tongue. One who mocks a pauper insults his maker. One who rejoices in another's misfortune will not be exonerated. The crown of elders is grandchildren, and the glory of children is their parents. Lofty speech is unbecoming in a degraded person, and surely lying speech in a noble person. To its owner, a bribe is like a charming gem. Wherever he turns, he will succeed. One who covers an offense seeks love, but one who harps on the matter alienates a ruler from himself. Chastisement frightens an understanding person more than smiting a fool 100 times. The rebel seeks only evil, and a cruel emissary will be sent against him. Better for a man to be confronted by a bear bereft of its cubs than by a fool in his foolishness. If one repays good with evil, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of a quarrel is like releasing water. Before the argument is revealed, abandon it. Justifying an evildoer and condemning a righteous person are both an abomination of Hashem. Why is there money in the hand of a fool to purchase wisdom, though he has not an understanding heart? A friend's love is for all times, and a brother is born for times of affliction. A man who lacks an understanding heart will give his handshake to be a guarantor for his friend. One who loves betrayal loves contention. One who opens his mouth arrogantly is asking to be broken. One with a confused heart will not find goodness, and one duplicitous with his tongue will fall into evil. One who begets a fool has done so to his sorrow, and the father of a degraded one will not rejoice. A glad heart is as beneficial as a cure, but a broken spirit will wither the bone. An evildoer will take a bribe from the lap of the giver to pervert the paths of justice. Wisdom lies before an understanding person, but a fool's eyes are at the ends of the earth. The foolish son causes anger to his father and a rebellion to the one who bore him. One who is not good will punish even the righteous and will smite generous people for their integrity. One who is sparing with his words knows knowledge, and a man of understanding speaks sparingly. Even a fool will be considered wise if he is silent. When he seals his lips, he will be considered understanding.